USA basketball is looking pretty damn good right now. And with them being the favorites to win the gold in Paris, that would make 5 consecutive gold medals in a row. And it really makes you wonder, is there really anyone that can compete with the United States when all our best players are on the team? One of the reasons why the United States is so good, especially if you've watched the women's side, is that we're just so deep. When other countries have to go to their bench, the decline from the starters to the bench is just that great that they fall behind that quickly. With the US being able to empty their bench and put in players who are really just near equal quality to the starters, you're pretty much unbeatable because, again, there's no slowing down. In most basketball games, most professional leagues, everyone knows. In fact, in almost all games, in almost all sports, when you typically go to your bench, they're not as good. But here on the US, it's almost like they're just as good, if not better, off the bench. But of course, this is with a roster of Curry, KD, LeBron, who are most definitely not going to be around in the Olympics next go around in 2028. Which now, as I say that, it makes me wonder if LeBron will actually play in them, considering it's in LA. That would actually be pretty incredible. Him being like 44, playing in the Olympics, winning gold. We'll make a video about that. But who really is the future of USA men's basketball? Who do we have that's going to carry the torch forward? John Morant, but I just don't know if I really see him being interested in international basketball. Zion Williamson, but again, they're so worried about keeping him healthy on the court during the NBA season. I can't imagine him being on the international basketball court in the offseason. When you look at this team, you would think Anthony Edwards or Jason Tatum. I mean, maybe Embid, but again, he'll be 34 next Olympics, and with his injury history, I just don't know if he'll make it there. Obviously, the NBA has a ton of players that you can go to, but when you really think about the best players in the league, the remaining best players are not US players. Jokic, Giannis, Shai, Wemby. These are generational talents who usually could just come onto the US basketball team and just help take us to gold, who are not going to be there in a few years. I mean, think about it. Who really is going to replace LeBron? Who's really replacing Steph Curry? In the NBA, we have people legitimately replacing them. You have these new stars coming in, but again, they're not all American born. But of course, Anthony Edwards seems to have the potential and the work ethic and the attitude to genuinely be like the next Kobe or Jordan. So if that's the case, then we could just have the next GOAT in our presence and he's learning from current GOATs. But again, it's kind of hard to see who's going to be able to make our team ever look like this again. And you can never tell the future, and who knows who pops up. And of course, we have young stars like Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, a lot of these young players, but it's just too early to know. And you can't forget Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo. They're on the team right now, and they're going to get better just from this experience. But again, they'll be in their early 30s, and I don't know if either of them are really on the level of Steph, KD, or LeBron. And that's what we're really talking about. Players that can get to that peak level, greatest of all time. And we're about to lose 3 of them, not just the United States, but obviously the world and watching the NBA. A whole era, a whole generation of basketball is about to retire, and it's something we really can't take for granted. Shout out Kevin Durant for breaking both the male and female all-time point scoring record on the national team. That's actually incredible. And obviously, shout out Lisa Leslie. You are amazing. And the United States and basketball also owes you a huge thank you. With the remaining bracket being France versus Germany, then the United States versus Serbia, we've got some really good matchups remaining. And if you ask me, I mean, it's going to be France versus the United States in the finals, and it's going to be an absolute battle with France having home court. But again, I just don't see this United States team losing. They just have too much going on all fronts. So if you're watching this and it's long gone after the Olympics, and I guess I'm lucky that you're watching this right now, comment how poorly this aged and just that the United States needs to get it together because we lost the gold medal game. As always, hit that sub button and turn on notifications. Remember, go out there and do something great.